Hey everyone, it's Rebecca. Welcome to my channel. I have a neighbor who is remodeling their kitchen and sawing things in their driveway. Cool, it's fine. Welcome back. I hope that you are well and looking forward to some new drugstore. I've got some first impressions, some stuff I know I don't like and stuff I know I love. So we're just gonna get into it. It is January, it is a brand new year. That means drugstore has all their new launches. I mean, it's a lot and it's gonna be like this, I think, for a few months if I remember right. So we are going to start with this Almei Skin Perfecting Biome Healthy Biome Makeup with Prebiotic Complex. Here we go. We're getting into all the probiotic, prebiotic, everything for makeup. All right, whatever, you know. Nourish, Perfect, Protect, Broad Spectrum, SPF 25, fragrance free. So let me just take a look-see for the drug facts. Almei, you know, it's weird. Almei has actually some good foundations if you are sensitive like me to things like denatured alcohol or fragrance or stuff like that. And they have one or two that their formulas actually perform pretty well, but nobody really talks about them. So it has lactobacillus and hydrogenated lecithin, hydrogen dimethicone, maltodextrin, which sounds like something that goes in a vitamin. There is a little bit of, the jury's still out on the benefits of probiotic and or prebiotic skincare. Probiotic skincare is in some things like, I think there's a Paula's Choice, I think there's the Inky List. There are some probiotic moisturizers out there, but they're saying, do we know if the probiotic actually works on the skin like it does internally for us during like digestion? Yeah, and are we getting the kind of bacteria that stays alive on the skin surface long enough to do any good? And prebiotic is interesting because prebiotic, that's basically your fiber. So if you're taking a prebiotic, that's usually like some kind of like acacia fiber or psyllium husk or something where it's what helps bind the probiotic. And if I'm incorrect, I always appreciate a kind, constructive correction in the comments, but I got shade 120. I do feel like sometimes the shade range is a little problematic because it's drugstore and it's Almei, and sometimes I'm gonna use my Real Techniques brush that kind of reminds me of my BK Beauty brush, but because this is drugstore, let's do it. And I'm just gonna slap it on over some sunscreen, which does have SPF 35. So if you're planning on applying, I'm sorry, SPF 25. So if you plan on applying this completely all over your face in like, you know, a teaspoon version of it, great, then you don't need any other sunscreen. If that's not the case, then I recommend putting on some sunscreen. Well, let's see here. I'm gonna pin my hair up. So it's pretty liquidy. Looks just like kind of a tinted moisturizer, just like foundation. It doesn't seem, it's doing pretty well with coverage. I just kind of saw this on an end cap at CVS. I haven't read anything about it, and it was $14, which, golly, I feel like drugstore foundations are just getting, we're gonna start paying $20 for a drugstore foundation and not even bat an eye. I think my neck is a little bit, my neck's wearing bronzer from something else. I applied some makeup earlier today and I still have some residual glitter, which I will tell you about in a minute. But this, my neck isn't quite my actual color, so I am gonna say that this does match, even though maybe it looks a little bit light against my neck. I'm gonna just use the Neutrogena Radiant Concealer. This was really popular for 2020. we have a new pressed powder from CoverGirl. It is a Simply Ageless pressed powder. So it would have been fun if I had used one of the Simply Ageless foundations. Not sure why that's hard to say. But yeah. So I'm going to apply this with a fluffy brush. You like that? Fluffy brush. So this says it has hyaluronic acid, vitamin C. It is an instant wrinkle blurring pressed powder. It comes with a puff, which I know. And I did buy shade Classic Ivory 210. I feel like I don't remember where I got this. Did I get this at Walmart? This is, it says no caking, no flaking, light mattifying, blurs the appearance of lines and wrinkles, makes pores less visible, won't settle into fine lines, gives a fresh and youthful appearance. Well, okay. I can't see what's in it. Talc is in it, so we know that. You know, I like the Advanced Radiance powder from CoverGirl. So, and I liked the clean powder they just came out with last year. So it's nice that they want to keep expanding their powders. I don't know if this is going to replace those for me. Okay, hang on. Huh. Guys, I like it. I like it. So it does a nice job. It does a nice job blurring pores. I feel like my makeup is set, but I don't feel like it's chalky. Huh. I am going to hit the new All-Star Physicians Formula face palette, which I thought this was pretty clever. One of my detractions from Physicians Formula is all the individual compacts, especially because they have, you know, like a little brush in them. Everything is like threefold. And it just is a lot. And I kind of like something a little more streamlined like this. So this is kind of fun. What I thought was fun about this product is that it has the new matte Muru Butter Bronzer. I always have trouble saying that. And I think if you're a fan of the Muru Butter Bronzer, then there's one of those in here too. And I love that they have this one, which is very pale, very kind of a satin finish, not matte, but definitely not frosty or anything like that. And then the matte one is almost a little bit darker. So I'll show you these two. So see how the matte one goes on darker than the original formula? It has a little bit more yellow, a little more, you know, kind of that, whereas this one's more champagne. I like them both, and I actually feel like they both have the same, you know, finish once you kind of brush them off, but whatever. So I thought this was a good value. I think it's $14, but to get all three pans, and it's a good little deal to, yeah, because individually, Physicians Formula bronzers are like, you know, $12, $14 depending on where you buy them. So that the matte bronzer is limited edition. I think I kind of dipped my brush and should have. That's okay. There's something for me, I prefer the original formula. There's something about it that's a little bit more spreadable, blendable. Is that what I'm trying to say? So I kind of mixed the bronzers. This one was a little too, It just didn't spread so well, so I did the original and I like it. And then I'm going to do this right here, which says it's a limited edition as well. And it is the Powder Palette Multicolored Press Powder, which I think, you know, it's kind of a finishing, kind of like finishing powder. It's a good, for me, finishing powder is kind of like softening the lines, cutting some shine or some glitter if you feel like you've overdone it. So that's a good one. And then you've got your little Happy Booster Glow. Also, remember this blush? It's actually a really cute blush. It's a very light frosty pink, and then their Rosé All Day Petal Glow, which I never bought, and I think this is really pretty. It is a soft sheen on the skin. This is like a gold, and then they have their Powder Palette Mineral Glow Pearls, which there's definitely a pearl spray over that kind of wipes off. It's not as white as you keep going in the pan. It kind of creates more of a pearl versus like, ooh, look at that, frosty. But this one is a little more shimmery. Let me just, which one am I gonna use? Sometimes I like a fan brush. I'm gonna do the Rosé All Day. Yeah. Oh, you guys, let's go into eyeshadows. Wow, so 3 new palettes to share with you. 2 from Wet n Wild. Well, technically, yeah, 2 kinds, 4 total, and 1 from Revlon. So in my Fenty powder foundation video, I did this, I actually wore this at the end of it, and this is their, this is Revlon, this is Revlon So Fierce Prismatic Palette. Revlon and me, I'm not quite a fan of their shadows. I just never seem to find ones that excite me. This is nice. I feel like the reviews were kind of mixed, 3 out of 5 stars, but what I found, they have that, you know, the skin lights, the Revlon, the skin lights, that's the texture. It's a little bit, it feels a bit hard when you rub, not chalky, but just solid, kind of baked. So maybe people want a more velvety texture, I don't know. But I find that the formula is pretty long lasting. It wears well. I think these 2 shades, they're, excuse me, they're a little bit similar, but they're very pretty. They're very flattering. And they were a nice, it was kind of a one and done situation that I did on my lid in that video. Okay, then let's talk about these Color Icon, the little 5 palettes. So I'm gonna cut in a clip for you to see where I'm wearing this palette right here. And it was earlier today. I washed my face. It is a really beautiful palette. That center glitter shade is a mess. It's it's just not so great. So I love a glitter, and this one is, you know, as I'm now, ooh, okay, hang on. Maybe the spray over was a problem, because right now it is giving me more density in its application than it did, and I was struggling. So I was putting it on with a brush, I was putting it on with my fingers, I used setting spray, I did everything I could, and it just traveled. And I've washed my face and it's still got glitter everywhere. This one, which is, oh yeah, Walking on Eggshells, which they've had this before. This is beautiful. This is such a lovely, lovely palette. I'm gonna mix them. I'm gonna use this one today. And then these were out for holiday, but I kind of only just saw them. They are their Starlux Quads, and same story. The shimmers, so the mattes, and the duochromes are beautiful. This is, I have Birthday Suit and Jupiter Recognize, and they're beautiful. They are a mess. So these glitters, this glitter, not so great. These glitters, not so great. But these shades, beautiful, beautiful. And this shade, beautiful, beautiful. So, I know. I'm going to put this shade right here all over my lid with a fluffy brush. I am going to go in, I'm going to show you this, how this went on, because it is, like I said, it's kind of a one and done. I'm going to go in this shade. If you want like a bit of a sheen, this actually might have done better. I put this on my lid without anything underneath it, so I might have just ruined that demonstration. Yeah, it doesn't give it the same pop. Oh, do you see my problem though? Oh, it's everywhere. And we're gonna go in this. This is from the birthday suit one. Loading it up, tapping it off. Yes, this is good. See that? Yeah, I like that. I should have used some primer. I just neglected to do that. See that? Like, watch this. It's kind of patchy. It doesn't have the full impact. This is pretty. That's pretty. And this is nice right here. That's a very good matte shade. These two are really pretty. It's just, yeah, it's very kind of. So Wet n Wild has a new micro brow pencil, and it is, I really like it. It's actually in the shade Soft Brown, and normally I like a bigger pencil, or I should say brow product. And this one though is, I don't know, see how it kind of, it really, ooh, I have it out too far. I like how it kind of grips the hairs, and I can fill in like the little missing spots I have. So pretty good, you know, I think Anastasia makes one like this. I think Benefit makes one like this. So for a few dollars, I like the feeling, I like the formula. I feel like it stays nicely. I've worn this before today and I liked it, and it gives good control. This shade is actually pretty good, especially considering I just got my roots darkened. So I do like this, yeah. I kind of gave up on the eyeshadow. I'm just not feeling any of these palettes. Yeah. The Revlon one though does surprise me. It is pretty. I did put this shade on with my finger in that Fenty. See, oh yeah, no, this actually I feel does have a bit better payoff. There, yeah. Yeah, it just, oh God, those others. I am liking the foundation and the powder. That's so far so good. I have two mascaras. Big Papa from Wet n Wild, and this is a Big Bad Lash from Revlon. That is the So Fierce collection. It's got a one of those kind of irregular mascara spoolies, and it's very bristly. The formula is pretty thick. It's got a good grip to it, kind of like a gel. It's very lengthening. I don't see it thickening my lashes incredibly. I mean, I'm sort of just, I'm spoiled after the NARS and the Pat McGrath. So yeah, these are like, they're good, but it's not like, wow. And that's the same with this Big Papa. Bigger is better with the crown. Okay, Okay, guys. So it is also, oops, there we go. Has a brush with the kind of one of those hourglass shaped brushes. It's bristly, bulky versus spiky. And it's okay. It's not like, wow. I need a mascara that grips my lashes and I can just go to town. Essence does that. Even some of the Maybelline, CoverGirl's New Clean. Yeah. I have a new lipstick from L'Oreal and they have a new formula. It's in this gold tube. It looks very rich. It just says Color Riche Nude Intense 181. Okay, so look how pretty that is. And yeah, it's basically nude. I thought it looked really pretty. All right, okay. I am going to just take my e.l.f. lip liner from the Paradise collection. Ooh, it has such a, feels nice. It's very rose. I don't know. It's pleasant, although give my hair a little zhuzh. I mean, the Almei and the CoverGirl, the foundation and the CoverGirl powder are pretty good. And I'm really liking the Physicians Formula palette. The eye products, I like the eyebrow pencil. I'm not keen on the shadows or the mascara. Like that would be just the one I'd say, you know, it's fine. You can make them work. You might enjoy them, but I don't know if you're gonna love them. And even though they're $3.99, $4.99, you know, maybe just hold out for something else. I will see how this lipstick wears. It feels pleasant enough, but the taste is kind of changing. It's almost tasting kind of, musky? I don't know. I don't know. I will leave all the links below. Everyone, take care. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.